Alright, welcome back everyone to A Programmer Plays Chasm. In our previous episode, we managed to make our way into the magma chamber and we warped back to town. And after the end of the episode, I was like, you know what, it's really bothering me that we've completed temple, keep, catacombs, and mines, but we haven't completed garden. So I did just like a little bit of like running around off camera, just killing enemies to round out the bestiary, complete, drop stuff. I did find a couple of like little HP upgrades and stuff, nothing exciting. And I eventually decided, after like 20 minutes of just running around aimlessly, it's like, you know what, I'm just gonna look up like what's the deal with the swimming, because maybe I have just like completely overlooked something. And the answer is yes, kinda. So you remember this spot in the keep where we've got this like weird space, right? Like the map tells us there's something here, and in our inventory we've got this sight potion that we've got. That's what we needed. That was the secret. Time potion recipe. Of course. So time potion will now probably let us get to that thing. Cool. So, like, that's not, like, honestly, a hard puzzle to figure out. I don't know. For some reason, it just didn't really connect in my head that obviously, like, the chest is there, I just can't see it, so that's why I can't interact with it. I think I just got into my own head with the preconceived notion that there was, something I needed to do to trigger the chest. And that's entirely on me. Like, the game didn't do anything to make me think that. That was just, like, I decided that's what it must be, and I was wrong. So, now that we've got that, what we're gonna do is take that potion back to town. Part of the reasoning behind doing that sort of off-camera grinding was to get some money. We have actually picked up a decent amount of cash. We're sitting at 1,500 gold. I did do the thing briefly where I had like 2 items on that would increase my luck, and that definitely did help. That was also partially just to like increase my odds with trying to round out the drops in the bestiary. I don't know that it entirely worked, but it helped some. I got quite a few leather belts, which I thought was funny. So, my hope is that we will, over the course of this episode, just finish out the game. We're pretty close, I think. So turn this in. Talk. Found a recipe for slow time. Now I can make a potion that will temporarily slow down time. I'll add it to the menu right away. Alright. I actually do want to keep a sight potion. Actually, you know what? I want to keep 2 sight potions. And I'll buy 2 of the time potions. That's expensive. Like that was 600 right there. But we know we're gonna use one, and then I just want to have another one on hand. So, cool. We still haven't found Princess, which I'm convinced is gonna be in the water area, which is why we're doing this first. I want to get all of the townspeople rescued before we go back to the final area. What I'm assuming is the final area. I also do kind of want to do the arena thing. I don't know. I'm still a little bit on the fence about that. Because I stand by what I was saying earlier where it felt like just too large of a jump. we're close-ish to another level, but not that close. We're currently sitting at 867 more till the next level, and that is yeah, like 8-ish of like temple level enemies. That's not bad, actually. So bad at dealing with those. Alright, so inventory, time potion. Why is that? There it goes. No! No! Throwing sword. Throwing sword. A light sword that returns to you when thrown. Whoa, that is weird. Decently high damage, but not also I really want. Alright. Does that mean that it's gonna be that stuff? You know what? I'm all but certain that it is that stuff down in this bit with the lion head, which means I'm willing to bet that I do have to finish the arena, just because we're basically out of places to look, you know? So what we're gonna do, we're gonna go save, then we're gonna go to the arena, we'll do our best. Pop in here. I do wish that my map seed had made it so that there was a save point closer to the arena, or like just have that bake into the map generation formula, because it kind of sucks doing this run each time. I get it, it's fine, but it kind of sucks. So, alright, I'm gonna cut it out for you guys actually. Alright, let's do this. And just to double check, yep, we've got what I think is a very reasonable set of this archer to come closer to me, because I don't want to. Didn't want to be trying to juggle him and the executioner at the same time. This feels fraught to me. Yep. Didn't want to be doing that. Whoa, turned around so fast. We are living a little too dangerously here. Let's have let's have a ham. Oh. Seizure warning. Gladius. Alright. That's the preliminary stuff, right? You have proved your worth. If you have advanced this far, when you're ready, you may challenge the Grand Champion. Alright, I'll see you guys back here, because I'm going to go back to the save point and save. Alright, and here we go. The time has come. If you choose, you may now face the Grand Champion, or you may run away if you wish to live. Shall we proceed? Splendid! Step into the arena when you're ready. Oh, it's you. Are you surprised to see me here? Allow me to introduce myself. I am Narlox, the Grand Champion. Take this as a lesson. Looks can be deceiving. It is a shame it will be the last lesson you ever learn. Oh, well, that was way easier than I expected. Diving gear! Alright, so this just directly lets us do the diving. Alright, I thought that this would be like a champion's skull or something that we'd have to put in the spot. Allows you to dive below the surface of the water. Cool. Alright. I'll happily dig that. Oh, those are gone now, though. Lame. Also, something's up with the XP. 184 is what's left. There's gonna be a little sword guy up here. So, 184. We look at the bestiary. Alright, 50. So, you guys see that, right? XP 50. So, to my mind, that means that next time I look at this screen, after killing that guy, we should be at 134. No. We're at 183. Is it off by a couple of decimal points? What? Alright, maybe I'm looking at this wrong. So, experience 34,818. I realize I'm doing a terrible job fighting. Do I have a, like, 1/10 modifier applied? Because of some of my equipment, maybe? I might have to look that up. Because I was thinking, I was like, okay, hold on. I've killed, like, I checked my math earlier. Like, I was like, oh, you know, we'll kill, like, 10 dudes and we'll level up. But we've definitely killed more than 10 dudes in the process of getting there and back again. Like, that's a lot of running around. Killed some enemies in the thing. And then we didn't level up from killing that boss. And I'm betting that boss was a good chunk of XP. Let's find out. Yeah, he's supposed to be 1,000 XP. I wonder if there's like a penalty depending on, like I could see there being a penalty if the enemy is lower level than you, maybe, but a 1/10 penalty seems extreme. Alright, there's two places we can go here. One of them here. Hey! Oh, nice. There's even custom artwork for it. A lot of games would not do that. Speed potion. Nice. Worth checking. Just looking around for other spots. Nice. It is somewhat unfortunate that the upgrades in this game, some of them, like double jump, useful everywhere, right? Like, you get the double jump, you get the wall slide. That is, like, permanently useful. You're going to use that all the time. But the parachute has not been that useful. Translation book has only been useful in like a couple places, and I'm not even totally sure how. And diving gear is effectively acting more like a lock-in key than anything else. And like that's a common problem in video games, right? All of the HMs in Pokemon are basically just keys to a certain kind of lock. That is often the way that abilities in video games work, but it can feel a little bit bad. Hey, socialite, rescue all the missing villagers. Princess, bark, bark, bark. And is that? Yep, that's gardens complete. Hell yeah. So now we should be able to go back, talk to the kid. Presumably he'll like give us something or whatever, I don't know. Honestly, it might be closer to just drop down and go right. Like, I'm not that mad, obviously, about this game, like, some of the abilities being less useful than others. Like, that is totally normal. But it would be nice for some of them to get used more. Like, diving gear there, I think that those are the only two spots in this whole game that I'm going to get to use that. And maybe in other, like, map seeds, it would be different, but I bet not. I bet that it's probably about to for everybody. That's a shame, you know? It would have been cool to have, like, a little underwater optional dungeon or something like that. But also, you know, a lot of people don't like underwater dungeons, so I get it. Why you might like implement it and then change your mind and be like, actually, let's not. Yo, princess lives there. Cool. Oh, no, not you. Let's just go ahead and open this. Lightstone. Okay. Princess, wake up. You have time. Can we play Knights and Bandits? I want to be the knight. Recipes for enhanced speed. Now I can make a potion that will increase your speed for a short time. I'll add it to the menu right away. 250. Oof. Super speed when consumed. I feel like if I use that, I'm going to get myself in trouble. Let's see what the mayor has to say. You're still cranking. Oh, great, you rescued Princess. She's a good old girl. There's nothing she likes better than snuggling up next to a warm fire. You did it. You've rescued everyone. This town wouldn't have survived without your help. Here, take this ring as a token of my gratitude. It's been in my family for generations. My grandfather said it was the first thing he found in the mines. They always telling tall tales. Lion ring. Alright. Intricately carved lion adorns this golden ring. Slight decrease in defense and con, but increase in strength, giving us more attack. I'm tempted by that. Yeah, let's give it a shot. And now let's double check our logic on combat belt versus soldier's armlet. Could drop our defense even more in exchange for one more attack. This feels like ultimately a net negative. We're gonna go for it. Kind of lean into the glass cannon idea. See how that treats us. So, do we think that thing that she gave us? Ooh, you know what we probably need to do? There's another place. I just thought of it. In the catacombs. Yeah, down below us here. I think this is another sight potion situation. Yeah. Lightstone. Alright, so that's 2 lightstones in our inventory, right? Yeah. So, those are probably what we need for that one spot left in, come on, brain. Left in the keep. It is a little grating that we can use these light potions and then, like, just like, okay. It would be cool if there was other stuff that we were seeing, like enemies or whatever, but there's none. And even if there were, like, they would be terribly frustrating. So probably kind of like the idea of having a water temple. Alright, cool. It's one of those things that sounds good on paper, but then you do it in practice and you're like, oh, this actually sucks. Sword of Light. Decrease. A sword blessed by the divine light of the Watchers. Not that bad of a decrease, honestly. Pretty quick. That said, like, I just struggle so much to get away from my greatswords, you know? They're so great. Alright, I think... Do I see any dots left? I think that might be it. I think that's all the stuff. What we're gonna do... We're gonna go save, obviously. gonna quit because I want to take a look. All right, 10 hours, 5 minutes, 98.4%. So I'm betting that last 1.5% is in the last magma tunnel bit. So, yeah, I'm just gonna run over there. Look, right there. That spot was almost worthy of using a parachute, but not quite. The double jump kind of like took over where the parachute was, and the parachute was just a little bit finicky. So, all right, here we are. Do I want to do... I am going to do something maybe a little strange. Put the secret detector on. Wear this, at least while we're like passing through these areas that we know. Not that interested in fighting you guys. Oof, did substantial damage to me. Platinum did though. Jesus, this area is doing so much damage to me. I might need to switch my equipment back just because it's like I'm getting brutalized here. Not that that really actually changes my defense all that much. There was a spot down here that Hey, there's our level up. Nice. I feel like I'm missing something with this. Alright, apparently that was it. That worked. Should have just cleared those off before jumping up here. Pretty sure those guys were taking 4 hits before, which makes me think that we were pretty close on getting them before. Nice. Alright, excellent. Did I... Yeah, I'm 90-some% sure that I did go into the hidden room and then get out on the same save. Really hate that thing does 25 freaking damage to me when it does that. It just seems like so much damage, you know? Nice, that was the Shambler completed. Up, hell yeah. Have a tendency to hurt me more than I want you to. Gosh dang it. Beef stew. Break all the crates in the game. I didn't even register that that was a thing that the game was tracking. Alright. Here we are, presumably the final boss. How do I still not have... There we go. I had to take a lot of damage to get that map completion. Son of a bitch. I'll be right back. Alright, I am back after having realized that, there's a bit over there that I didn't complete. This big square room beside the save, can't get back up it. So we're currently sitting at not quite completion. Screw it, we're just gonna go for it. Okay. Okay, it's mostly hurting me. Oh, stole my shit. We're going to take that. Sure. Oh. Oh. Okay. Hey! Defeat Ulak. Spend them if you got them. Ow. My head. Ow. My head. Ah, the Lightbringer Magi people. Holden. Forgot that I named myself. Holden, wake up. You alright? I was resting in the tavern when everything began to shake. I rushed out to see what was going on, and I was blinded by a bright light. The next thing I knew, you were right here, under the statue. It's saved. The town is saved. A wave of lava rushed through the mines and cleared all those vile beasts. Even more incredible is it left behind enough ore to keep the town prosperous for years to come. Magnificent work. Your bravery and dedication truly befit a Guildian knight. I'm going to make sure all of Guildian knows of your great deeds here. Now, enough talk. It's time to celebrate. Enough talk. Hey! Honestly, I'd forgotten that this, one-time opening area existed. Look at all the townspeople. I wonder if I'd gotten a different, if I hadn't found them all, would they not all be there? I bet that's the case. It's very Star Wars A New Hope. Chasm! Alright, there we go. So, overall, I enjoyed this game. James Petruzzi, you did a great job. I do think that because it's, randomly generating the world a bit out of rooms, there's a bit of, the world can't be as tightly engineered as the Metroidvania genre really wants to be. Because it means that they had to, I'm sure that there's graph theory about this world layout where it's okay, you've got this stuff and you've got branches and you have to have things earlier in the branch in order to have these other things that stop you from continuing down the branch. And that would make the world complicated to generate, even more complicated to test, and you just wouldn't be able to do some of the tight, okay, there's a couple of alternate paths in order to get through here and do this. It looked to me like there was some alternate sequencing stuff where, maybe on a different seed I could have gotten the townspeople in different orders. Maybe I could have gotten some abilities earlier or later. But by and large, I bet that it doesn't actually change all that much. I could be wrong. I could be totally wrong. My vague memories from when I played this game before, this feels like about the same time-wise. So, there was, this time around I did, I'm older, I've played more Metroidvanias, I've played more games in general, kind of just a different perspective on it. I didn't just enjoy the game for what it was. It wanted me to be a lot more dodge-y than I was. I was face-taking through most of that game. And I shouldn't have been, right? I should not have been just standing there and taking hits and dishing them back. I should have been dodging backwards, jumping over things more than I was. But it's fine. My big complaint about this game, honestly, was the way that you would get animation locked after you attacked, which is a fundamental part of the game. 99.9. It kills me that I know exactly where the 0.1% was. You earned a bronze medal. I assume that you get better medals if you go faster. I'm sure that now that I've know the game better and have a better sense of what I'm doing, I could cut that time down substantially. I don't think I could cut it in half, but I bet I could cut it down by a solid couple hours. Yeah. Ooh, that's an interesting question. Yes, I'm just curious what it's going to do. Where's it going to pop me? up here. Interesting. If I did the trek to get to the end, I wonder what I would find there. I'm not willing to do the run. Like it's just too far. But I am curious. I will say, so like, I quite liked this area. I think this area was able to get away with a little more tightly interconnectedness because the fact that they spread it out with the teleporters and they didn't have to worry about rooms overlapping with other rooms. Smart. I like that. This one, I mean, this is basically this is borderline linear because like, I wish I could show my cursor here. We start at the top and then like you've only got one choice, and then two choices, but one of them is to a single room, and then one choice, two choices, but one of them again to a single room, which is the save, and then again one choice, and now actually three choices, but two of them are to single rooms, and then one choice. So like in terms of like a tree, this is a very simple tree shape if you were to diagram it out. This one's better, more variation, more like branching paths and stuff. Because of random generation, it's obviously not that like efficient. This one's actually surprisingly efficient and is a little tricksy. This one looks like it loops on itself. It does, but not where it looks like it does. It loops on itself down here in the bottom left-hand corner where you go in and you swing all the way around. That's a full loop, but just the way that this happened to be laid out looks like there's a big loop going around, but it's not. The corners just barely touch, which is interesting. And then again, this one, basic tree shape. I talked a little bit about it earlier in the episode. I do wish that some of these abilities were a little more useful. Like I feel like the lantern could have had like an upgrade to cut through larger swaths of dark, because even with the lantern going into dark places, it's like, boy, I can barely see in here. Could have also had like a foggy area that the lantern could have cut through. Similarly, the translation book, there could have been like little rooms with runes in them, and you could have opened it up and gotten some like little goodies. Like that's kind of my take for if you've got Metroidvania items that aren't getting much use, put some optional stuff for them to be useful in. Make a few more, waterlogged rooms with something cool at the bottom. I was happy with the double jump. I was happy with the wall jump. Those got great use. Shin guards didn't as much. I feel like they could have if I'd been using them in combat, and they could have actually been quite useful. Parachute was just a little fiddly to try and use a lot. And spike gloves, I don't even know, did we start with the spike gloves? I've forgotten. But like ledge grabbing was a basic part of movement for the whole game. I obviously tended towards these like big overhead swing weapons. I did not care for the little stabbies, which is unfortunate because that was most of them. Also really did not take advantage of the magic. Could have if I'd like tried, but I didn't. What else? I liked that there's the journal here with the entries. I very much appreciate that there is a bestiary, and I like the way that this has stats in it. Like, how many times have I killed this enemy? 62 times. That's great. I think that's awesome, actually. It's an easy stat to keep track of, and it's just information that's interesting. Like, wow, I've killed a lot of these glowworms, but I've not killed very many of these kobolds. So, I liked that. Yeah, overall, good game. It just, the random generation, I think, ultimately kind of hurt the game, hurt its ability to be sort of like tightly sculpted. And I think probably discouraged a lot of discussion online about this game, because when I went to look up, like, have I screwed up the diving thing somehow, I didn't get a very straight answer. Probably because no one wants to be the one to be like, oh yeah, it's up here in the northwest, and then it's not in the northwest at all. Let's see, what else? I did find it very weird the way that a lot of these vendors have like super limited quantities of stuff. Like this guy, just like I cleared him out pretty quickly of stuff, and you never actually got anything. Like you just exist. I don't know. Obviously, everyone finishes games and they've got like their own like wish list of things that they wish had been included in the game. This game's just got really clear. I feel like unusually clear. Like, oh, this could have like there could have been like little gem puzzles to help you upgrade these spells. There wasn't, and that's fine. So overall, it's a good game. It's just not the best game. But definitely, get a chance to pick it up. It's good stuff. So, YouTube, this is gonna be a shorter episode. I can see that we're sitting somewhere around the 45-minute mark. I think that's fine. I don't think I need to like draw this out to the full hour. I think I'm good to end it here. So, thank you guys very much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this series, and yeah, I'll see you in the next one. Until then, bye!